Hello, everybody, and welcome to the September Astro and Tarot predictions. I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter, and I'm here with my lovely sister who's going to read the cards for us. Hi, Sophie. How are you?
Hello. I'm really happy to be here. It's a beautiful day. I don't know for you guys, but it's a wonderful change of the season, and I just feel really happy about that change. And September is a great month for me. Let me know if you like September too.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's both of our birthdays during the month of September 1st, September 3rd. So we're going to talk about, we have a new moon right in the middle of our birthdays. And generally, when I looked at the astrology for September, I'm feeling that, well, I like the astrology. I like the energy. I like what I'm seeing so far. I feel like, honestly, August has been whooping my ass, if I can say. It's been really hard. Lots of challenges, lots of delays. And of course, we had Mercury also retrograde. And first good news for September, Mercury is going to be direct. It's moving direct right at the end of August. So finally, I feel like things are going to start moving forward in their natural order, in their natural rhythm. And the other thing that is going to be super interesting in September is that it is the start officially of eclipse season. So the first one is going to be on September 17th, so right in the middle of September. And then we're going to have the second one 2 weeks after on October 2nd. So the second one, we're going to talk about it when we do the October predictions. So we're going to focus on the eclipse we have during the month of September, which is going to be in Pisces. And both of the luminations this month are making T-square, which means there's important decisions that will likely need to be made during the month of September. But the point is Jupiter, so it's not so bad. It's not like a very like as disruptive as we had, let's say, with Uranus, for example. Jupiter will bring, yes, decisions, but it also brings blessings in the end. So I kind of like September. I feel like it's kind of the rewards and answers we've been waiting for.
Mhm.
And if we felt like the energy was stagnant for a while, we were waiting on some responses, let's say things to move forward, I think we're going to have those answers during September. So yay. And how are you feeling intuitively, Sophie, about September before we start?
I just feel this unblocking. I just feel that September is going to be less intense for people, but just things are going to just fall into places. Things are just going to move, but not too fast, not too much. It's just going to fall into places and just a natural flow. So I don't feel that we're going to feel stuck. I don't feel that there is going to be, I know it's eclipse season, but that's just what I'm getting intuitively. We're going to do the cards, but I just feel that we're going to be guided in the right place. Yes, but I'm not getting a huge deal for this eclipse. Let's hope I'm right.
Okay, it's interesting. Maybe because it's in your sign, in your ascendant sign, in your rising sign, Pisces. Maybe you can deal better with those energies. Maybe. Let's see with the cards later on. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but we are testing out a new formula for those Astro and Tarot prediction monthly. So we divided this one into 12 videos for each of the zodiac signs, so you don't have to click on the timestamp for your sign. You can just listen to your own sign. So it takes a little bit more of our time because there's montage, editing that needs to be made. So let us know if you do like this formula, and we'll keep on doing them. So of course you can like this video, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. So that really helps us out, and it gives us the message that you indeed like this new formula, which we hope you do. So first of all, I want to start off by saying a very, very happy solar return to all of the Virgo babies, Libra babies during the month of September. A very happy birthday to all of you. Happy solar return. And we have a very special surprise for you guys that we are starting off this month with the new formula during for the month of September. And as a huge thank you for our beautiful community, We will be giving away one consultation with Sophie to one of our lucky community members that will be celebrating their birthday this month. So we will be starting it right now for the month of September. I already, wrote a message in the community, and a lot of people have answered to participate. And then we will carry on with the same formula every month for all the birthday celebration in our community. So if you would like to join our community to take part in those giveaway every month, you can join for free. That's on maisonjupiter.academy, and you'll see there's lots to share, lots of interesting posts, and we will be also adding some more interesting stuff in the community with like this giveaway that we'll be doing every month. So first thing I wanted to say, and then so drum roll, our winner for September from the community that will be winning a consultation with Sophie, and I just want to show it here. For the beautiful soul who's going to win the consultation, they will have the choice between the tarot reading 1 hour and the past lives reading. So, and of course, if you're not a winner, if you'd like to book with Sophie, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com. All the links will be below in the description box. And don't forget your discount code, which is Jupiter, to get 10% off your next reading. So yes, drum roll, the selected. And then I did not select the winner. The universe did. I used the dice to make sure I was staying very neutral in this process. So our winner is Isa 33 Reed. So she says, hello, MJ family. I am celebrating 55 on September 16. A very happy solar return and birthday for you. For my solar return, I would love to manifest peace, love, and sovereignty to our beautiful planet. I would love to manifest the ability to embrace my purpose and let go of procrastination, self-doubt, poverty mentality. Wishing both Julie and Sophie and all our fellow Virgo babies a wonderful solar birthday. So thank you so much. You are our winner. Very happy for you. So let us know, send us an email. You can find it on the website, and let us know which type of consultation you would like to get with Sophie for your birthday. All right. So that being said, let's start the show with the important dates. So this one is going to be a little different. So we're going to be using the calendar that I made. And if you'd like to download it, it is free download available. So I'll put also the link on the description box below. So I put a legend there for people that are not like super knowledgeable in astrology, so that they can discern what dates are good right away without looking too much into the aspects. So first, when we start September, we'll have, let's say, a lightning bolt here. So expect surprises. Uranus will turn retrograde. And then Pluto will re-enter Capricorn. So for the very last time in our lives. So yes, and whenever Pluto changes sign, we can expect surprises and big events. And then on the 2nd, right in the middle of our 2 birthdays, we have a new moon in Virgo at 11 degrees. So we're going to be talking about this one in just a few seconds. And then we have like here a bunch of square oppositions. So be careful on those days. And then there's a beautiful green heart here on the 11th, Mercury-Mars sextile. And yes, I forgot to say, Sophie, we have a lightning bolt for your birthday. But that can be good surprises. I did not say bad surprises.
I hope so.
And on the 15th, we have a star date. So those are the luckiest date that I put a star there. Venus-Jupiter trine. And then the event of September is going to be the eclipse. So that's a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And we're going to be talking about this one as well. Beautiful trine here on the 19th. And then we have a couple of lightning days where there could be lots of surprises, movement, and especially also because we are in the eclipse window between the 17th and the 2nd of October. And then a beautiful trine here on the 24th. But you can expect between eclipses, as usual, that there are likely going to be lots of surprises. So keep your schedule as open as you can. This is what I do usually in between eclipses, because you never know what's going to come your way. It's not necessarily negative. It's just that we often have to adapt very quickly. And then a beautiful star date here on the 30th. Mercury Kazemi, so the Sun and Mercury go to conjunct. So good news, beautiful announcements, surprises, and the South Node is going to be conjunct also.
So you know what? I'm still optimistic.
You're still optimistic? Yes, me too.
I'm excited that whatever change is coming our way when it's eclipses is going to be a good change. And this is going to be a beautiful month for everybody. So we're going to look in each sign, of course, but
Yeah.
I'm still on it's going to be a good month and things going to fall into places.
Yeah, me too. I 100% agree with you. And I think the changes that are going to be made are definitely destined changes, because we are talking about eclipses, and eclipses deal with destiny. So, and I think if you have been, let's say, actively working on making sure you are centered, you are in your let's say, in your purpose and your values, usually that brings a lot of good energies, especially when we have such karmic signs. Like Pisces is like the karmic rewards coming back to us, and a full moon is a completion. So I'm feeling very optimistic as well. So stay tuned, because in the second part of the video, we're going to be talking about each of the signs in detail. So we're going to be talking about your sign. And of course, you can look at the video for your sun, for your rising sign, and lastly for your moon as well. So you're going to have more complete predictions. And I would say sun and rising are probably going to be the two most accurate predictions that you're going to find there. And I usually listen to both, and you're going to see there's probably a mix of both themes that are going to be happening. So let's start first by talking about this new moon in Virgo at 11 degrees. So I put the same little emojis here so you can refer to the calendar. So it's a new moon, so we don't see it in the sky. And I put a red light there because it's making a T-square, but it's not like I don't see it like as a bad full moon or a new moon, I mean. But things can move. There's likely things are going to be shifting. And it's kind of a similar T-square, and it's a mutable T-square. So maybe things are like in motion. Mutable is changing, it's perfecting, it's letting go. So there's a lot of things in evolution at the moment of this new moon, and it's a very similar T-square that we're going to have at the eclipse. So for me, what that tells me is that this new moon, we're going to be starting things, new moon, new chapter, that are going to lead to a lot of rewards and, let's say, karmic endings and karmic rewards coming at the eclipse. So those two are going to be very, very much in connection. So make sure anything that you start there on this Virgo new moon is really aligned with what you want, with your purpose, with what you wish to manifest in your life, because the eclipse is going to give you, let's say, completion and rewards for what is started there. So I wrote here, a new endeavor requires hard work and important decisions. So both of the lunation of September, I think, are going to be under the theme of making important decisions because of the T-square that points to Jupiter. And both of them have this mutable T-square with like different planets in it. So here the new moon opposes Saturn. Yes, directly. Saturn is at 17 degrees and points to Jupiter at the center of the apex of that T-square. So T-square is tension, lots of tension, but Jupiter is at the apex of the T-square, so it's not so bad, but yes, it requires changes and decisions. And because it's in Virgo, the sign of work, and opposing Saturn, another planet of work and of hard work, that is, I feel like we're going to be adapting to a new way of doing things at work. So the two major themes that could come up during the month of September for both of lunations for me are work, career, and health. because Virgo and Pisces is the axis of health. So I think it's going to be the two main themes that we're going to be having to transform. So adapting to a new way of doing things, adopting a new professional strategy, because Virgo and Saturn equals work. And because it's mutable, we're going to have to perfect things, change things, do things in a different way, work hard, be disciplined, have a routine, have a schedule, have a timeline, streamline our efforts. So all of that stuff is very Virgo and Saturn at the same time. Working hard to create a new revenue stream, because Jupiter is a financial planet. So it will require lots of work. So I'm not gonna lie here, but I think it could also produce very interesting results with Jupiter here. Needing to make decisions regarding anything that's Jupiter. So here I put a list: social media, information, content, traveling, relocation, immigration, because it's Jupiter and Gemini, which is the apex of that T-square. So that's the focal point of the decisions that we're going to have to make. So there could also be a new social media project, a new event, a new online project that needs lots of work and dedication. Virgo and Saturn, facing obstacles, Saturn, delays, but that can be lucrative in the end. It could also talk about perfecting a project, making something better, aiming high, because Jupiter is the arrow. It's the ruler of Sagittarius. So having a goal, aiming high, working hard towards that goal. Or it could also talk about health. So tackling a health issue or imbalance with information and research, because of that Jupiter in Gemini. But I think the good way of doing things is to be a good Virgo, especially for that new moon. So organize yourself and your ideas and your projects like a good Virgo. And this will be likely a preview of the themes coming at the eclipse. So it's time here to put in the work if you want to reap the rewards later on. So Sophie, can we look at the cards for this new moon in Virgo?
Yes.
Or this community?
Interesting. Okay, so those are my oracles, and I will also take some of tarot cards. So one card fell on the floor. Always good. Okay, so let me show you everything that we got. Starting with the oracle, we have releasing, we have purging, and we have communication with this web that is there. So with this, it's exactly as you were saying, Julie, the connection, the preparation, the online presence. It's all of those things of that you mentioned with the social medias and everything. We have also, with this, I'm seeing a lot of people in your network that are going to be helping you in this phase. So your connection, your communication is going to be important. And we are going to not be in Mercury retrograde at that time. So hopefully it's going to be a very positive communication, and I feel it this way. A lot of networking is going to be coming in. Those two cards, the card of purging and release that we started with, it's already done. I think it's what was left behind maybe during the Mercury retrograde or the last month. We're starting fresh with this. We start with a new communication, new intent. So your affirmation are going to be really strong also with this. And you really want to use every people in your network for this. With the card of tarot, we get the Two of Wands. We get the Six of Wands. So a lot of wands so far. And the Knight of Cups. So what we see here is that we could be trying to change things. We can try to have a new also balance. They're trying to have a balance to support this. So they're working together. Again, we have the network, we have a teamwork. They're working together to find a balance for their new reality. So the Two of Wands right there is going to be, okay, so we released stuff that didn't work in the past. Now, how can we bring something new that is stronger, that has more balance, and hopefully letting go of everything that didn't work in the past with our new knowledge. The Six of Wands is there to tell you that you're going to be having the rewards. So everything that you're starting is going to get you the rewards and the success that you really hope. But you have to use your affirmation, your vision, and your communication in all form to really continue to have this vision in your mind, to manifest it, to get the best rewards, because you can amplify those rewards using communication and your vibration to get more. The Knight of Cups is telling me that you're going to have a lot more of connection with what you create, because it's going to come from the heart, and it's going to be stronger in your life because your vibration is going to be full of love, full of positivity. So it's just going to amplify everything you're creating from that center of your heart.
Wow. And it's so interesting that you got the two first cards as detox and purging, because it's not detox, it's something else.
It's purge and release, but you're right. I was thinking about detox too.
Because Virgo rules detox and letting go of, like, in your body, in your work, like making sure you are focusing on the right stuff. And Saturn is like the planet that likes to simplify, likes to release what's not necessary. So I feel like, although it's a new moon, there's an element to it, if we look at the cards, that is still also in like streamlining, simplifying, letting go of what no longer works in work and in health, which makes a lot of sense with the archetype of Virgo.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. Well, you gave me a lot of reassurance because it's falling directly on my sun. So let's hope for the best. And now we're going to be talking about the event of the month of September. So this is going to be the eclipse. And with eclipses, usually we feel it about a month before and about a month after the eclipse season. So from, let's say, late mid-August until beginning of November is going to be the orb of influence of the changes ushered by the period of eclipses. So they always come in pairs, and this time it's a full moon eclipse, and after the second one is going to be a new moon eclipse. So meaning that on September 17th, we are in the release, purge, detox mode still. And it's interesting that you got that for the new moon. So I think it's going to be like a major theme for September. And then 2 weeks later, we have a new moon eclipse, which is going to be very light, I love the energy of the second eclipse. So I think first, before we can really start fresh with the second eclipse, we need to release stuff. So this is kind of what this eclipse tells us. And eclipses usually, for people that didn't hear us talk about eclipses before, usually they usher big changes in our lives. So big events. So that can be, let's say, a change in location, you move, you get in a relationship, you leave a relationship, you get a new job, you go to a wedding, you get married, you have kids, or you become a grandparent. So any kind of big lifetime milestone is usually in the eclipse season. So that's what the eclipses are here. And because they are close to the nodes of the moon, so they trigger our destined path. So usually those things are more linked to karma and destiny than our free will. And sometimes we like to joke around, Sophie and I, and we say, even if you'd like to hide behind a rock during an eclipse because you don't want to face like all the changes that they bring, it's not going to work. It's still going to affect you in some way. But that doesn't mean it's negative. Of course, that can be beautiful stuff happening. But with this one, I don't know. So I can't wait to see with the cards, to be honest. Because first of all, the meaning of a full moon is a closure, a completion, an ending, letting go. An eclipse is like a full moon on steroids. So it's like 3 times the power of a regular full moon. And then Pisces is the sign associated with endings, with karma, with the end of a cycle. So we kind of have 3 signifying factors that tells us that it's going to be a big karmic chapter ending in our lives. So whatever it is, and we're going to talk about the sign individually after. So you're going to know in what house it's going to activate, so you have more clues of that, what that can pertain to. So, okay, this one is interesting. So the lunar eclipse, so the moon will be conjunct Neptune, so the ruler of Pisces, so the ruler of the sign it's in. So like another element that tells us that karma, past lives, the past, also clearing, letting go is going to be very, very much emphasized. And then the moon will be between Neptune and Saturn. So Saturn is the other planet of karma. So as you can see, ending of a big karmic chapter, Pisces and Saturn rule karma. And that can be very positive. Let's say you're really done with something, with a certain experience that you keep repeating from lifetime to lifetime. So this is kind of the ultimate, thank you very much, leave my life, thank you. Let's go on to the next chapter. Jupiter can bring long-awaited karmic rewards that you had to work hard for, because it's still making this mutable T-square that we had at the previous Virgo new moon. So because it's close to Saturn, it's closer to Neptune, but still Saturn is an orb for the conjunction. So it can bring obstacles, delays, challenges. Also, Saturn wants to make sure that whatever you're starting next in your life is realistic, but also has a long-term potential. So that's why some things may not or may work with Saturn. And then you're going to be able to see the results of your hard work and the results coming at this full moon eclipse, because it's a completion. It's where we can see the rewards of our hard work. Is equivalent to the amount of work you put in. And because it's Jupiter that's being the focal point of this T-square, it has to be aligned with your moral. And you have to play by the rules because Saturn is involved. So karma, morality, and hard work are like the ingredients of success for reaping the rewards here at this full moon eclipse. For other people, it could be more of a health theme coming up at the last new moon in Virgo that we had that needs your attention in order to bring awareness and healing. A lot of past life themes, I think, will be coming up for healing and letting go. And Neptune is the planet of forgiveness and letting go and connecting to source and God and the universe. So we're going to be asked to let's say, be our higher self, to forgive and let go. And on that note, if you'd like to know what you're going to be liberating, you can also book with Sophie for the past lives consultation. I will be doing so for sure, especially with that, because I want to reap the rewards. I'm tired of seeing, let's say, the same past lives karmic loop coming in my life. So as I said, there is still this mutable T-square. We have the sun on one side. On the other side, we have the moon, Neptune, Saturn, and then Jupiter is at the apex of that T-square. So again, this theme of making an important decision regarding a Jupiterian theme. So also that could be regarding the house that it's in your case. So look where Gemini is falling. So it could be around finances, investments, learning, teaching, traveling, relocating, immigration, international affairs, justice, and legal affairs. So a few of the things that Jupiter rules here. So that could be something important that comes in your life. You have to make a decision. You have to think about the future, Jupiter. You have to see things from a bigger perspective. So with every eclipse, be open to change, stay flexible, and especially because we have a mutable T-square. So mutable is all about change. So another double whammy here on the theme of change, and then being able to see the bigger picture with whatever comes into our lives. Also, we will be asked to let go of what needs to leave our lives at this time. So that being said, I can't wait for you, Sophie, to let us know with the cards. What are you seeing?
Let's see what we have. And we have Purge.
Wow.
And it's not even the same card. Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
We have unpredictable.
Yes.
And we have divine timing. This is like keywords for those kind of events. Let's see with tarot cards before I show you everything that I have. King of Swords, the Hangman, which is Pisces energy, by the way. The Hangman is Pisces energy. And Three of Cups. So let me show you what we have. So this is the card that is named Fever, and it says sick, tired, and purge with King of Sword underneath. So yes, with what you were saying about health, it can be health related also with this eclipse, where you can have finally an answer on what you have. If it was karmic or from a past life, what you're suffering from, mental health, physical health, you could have a release or just understanding on what it is in your body. And I have chills for this. It's very, very connected. Your energy field can create stuff that are becoming physical. So with this, this topic of past life and karmic retribution, you can finally have something that is removed, purge from you. The King of Swords for me represents also surgeon. So if you do need a surgery, you could have some news about it. Overall, I'm feeling that it's a very positive energy, but just to cover the full spectrum, for a little percentage of the people watching, you can learn that somebody is starting an illness. So, or you can learn that someone is going under the surgery. So this could be options also when it is an eclipse. The card in the middle, it's my card of trouble. It says outside of the box, rebel, and unpredictable, which is completely normal to see when we have an eclipse. The card underneath is the Hangman. Everything, those things together means that you're not going to be in an action with this. You don't have any power saying otherwise. It says that you're not going to be in power. You're not going to be able to do a lot about what is coming. It's going to be unpredictable, and things are already settled. So it's in the universe. Universe wants to help you, have already decided what is going to be your eclipse and what needs to be removed for you to be in your best path for the next portion of your life, for the next chapter for you. So you're not going to have to take action for what is to come. It is already there. You don't hold a lot of power. The card about Pisces is your power relies on how you react to it, and you will need to realize that the bigger picture makes that any change that is coming at that time is going to be a good one. But it's going to possibly be uncomfortable if you are trying to hold on to it too tightly. The last card that we have is divine timing, because yes, those things are divine intervention and they come at a divine timing in our lives. And it's a Three of Cups. So we can have celebration, we can have a wedding, we can have reconnection, rekindling the flame with this. It's not just bad stuff that are there. It could be really beautiful, beautiful energy. You need to know that there is good stuff that are coming through, but it can be unpredictable. So the key word of all of this is really trust the divine. Try to work on your vibration to manifest the best version of it, and whatever comes, stay in a high vibration and really focus on your words, because your words are really powerful and you want to understand that whatever is coming is really good for you. So continue to say I trust in the universe and it will be good for me.
Wow, I love that. And I also wanted to say I got a kind of a download while you were talking. Of course, this kind of conjunction of planets is also not, let's say, the best one for the immune system, especially for the eclipse. So I just want to say, if something comes up, especially at the new moon in Virgo, which deals with health, with natural health, if you see, like, let's say my immune system feels a bit weak, I'm starting to get sick. So this is the time to take your vitamins, to really have a good, healthy routine, to make sure that your grounded, prepare for anything that comes up for the eclipse. Because let's say if we start already the eclipse season feeling tired, feeling, it's kind of easy to feel under the weather with this conjunction of planets and whatever, let's say, the powers that be or were have in mind for the planet.
Yeah, and I would add to it that help also your elderly. So the people that are more advanced in age than you around you may need some support or some vitamins also, or anything that is just a boost, because Saturn rules older people. And I think Pisces does too, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to just watch yourself, your energy, especially from a 5D point of view with those cards. So especially your vibration, because it's connected with Pisces, and because we have this hangman of 5D energy, but also if you can help the people who are elderly around you.
All right. Thank you, Sophie, for that. And also, I wanted to add that eclipse season means big changes in the collective. We talked more about the personal side of things. I'm going to make like separate astrology video for the collective, but in our personal lives, eclipses is usually where we need guidance the most, when we need to listen to our own intuition, our own guidance system the most. And of course, I personally like to book an appointment with my sister, because she gives me kind of, let's say, a couple of different scenarios that could happen later on, so I could choose kind of what timeline I want to go on. What can I do to, let's say, better a situation? So that's something I personally like to do. But of course, the best thing you can do is also do it for yourself, right, Sophie?
Absolutely.
Sophie has put up an awesome new course, which is all about learning tarot. And this is our favorite tool, Sophie and I, to, let's say, connect with our intuition to get answers, whatever question we have. And sometimes we have like very 3D questions. And like, let's say, doing this new formula for this show, we pulled some cards and we're like, yes, I think that's the way to go for, let's say, embracing the changes and the evolution and our path ahead for Maison Jupiter. So you can really ask questions about anything in your life, and the tool, there's many different tools you can use to listen to your higher self, your intuition, but that's the one that we know the most, right, Sophia?
Yeah, absolutely. And this course is a little bit different from the others. I really want you to have fun with this one. I really want to use the imagery. And I'm showing you a new way of learning the card that is intuitive, it is fun, it is easy. I'm using lots of examples from many decks, so you can have fun and using many decks. And it's going to be also focused on understanding the cards and the keywords, but I'm giving you my own personal technique, all of my little secrets, so it can come naturally from you, and you can rely on what is in front of you and not having to go with your logic. So this is fun, this is easy, and from the feedback that I have when I teach that particular technique, it's really fast learning. And from there, you can switch with any decks and you are in your full control. This is giving you a lot of power in your life.
And especially to go through like big periods of transitions like the eclipses, where we have to shift, we have to stay flexible, we have to embrace new paths, embrace new ways of doing stuff. So that can be like a really important validation, if you can connect back to your intuition and be like, okay, this is the right decision. Am I on the right path? With whatever area in your life. So this first one, I love your technique, Sophie. I think most people are visual. Most people are very intuitive, especially in this community. So looking at a lot of visuals, symbols from different decks. So you teach how to use a deck they want and learn to really easily discern like all the different messages from the deck. So I feel like it's a really Pisces rising approach, which I love. And we have a special launch promo for this tarot course, which is a 50% off. So we're not going to have the discount soon. And the discount code is tarot50 to get 50% off. So that's going to be for a limited time only until September 1st. So until your birthday. So really, we're putting those videos before the month of September. So make sure you take advantage of that promo. So thank you so much, Sophie. So let's look at the different 12 zodiac signs. Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. Let's look at the month of September specifically for you guys, and let's look at the energies. The big month of September eclipse season. So first of all, on September 2nd, we have a new moon in Virgo. And for you, Scorpios, it's activating your 11th house. And then we're going to have the eclipse activating the opposing house, the 5th house. So this, keep in mind, this axis is going to be super important because it's the axis that's going to be activated with eclipses until mid-2026. So that means you're going to have eclipses in the 11th house, is the 5th house, transforming your whole sense of authenticity, how you show up to the world, your community, your friends, like what kind of frequency, what kind of light you want to emit, what kind of creative projects you want to put out there, and kind of who's surrounding you and who's a container for that beautiful creative energy that you are, that beautiful sun. So this is kind of the in a nutshell what's going to be transforming for you Scorpios, but it's all starting with this new moon in your 11th house, which is the house of friends, online project, online events. So for a lot of Scorpios, it could mean a new online project or a new project involving masses of people or new technologies or social media also. Also, you can make new connections, like-minded souls. You can find like a new community, a new group, a new social circle, a new event. And interesting because we have a very tough mutable T-square, but hopefully it's pointing to a really positive planet, which is Jupiter here in your 8th house. And the 8th house is, as you probably know, is the house associated with your sign, with Scorpio. So I think Scorpios are really, let's say, have the right tools in order to deal with this scorpionic kind of energy. But Jupiter is a very positive planet there. So it's bringing more awareness to your shadows, maybe to the things you have to transform in your life. And it's all doing that with adding some pressure. So Saturn is opposing this new moon, meaning that you could feel judged by other people. You could be facing judgment, people criticizing your authenticity because it's in your 5th house of kind of what light you want to emit, how authentic you want to show up to the world. There could be a lot of projections from the outside that you are not good enough to do something new, to create something new, to step into your creative power. You don't have the right, you're not good enough, you're not a star, whatever it is. There could be lots of different projections from the outside world that you need to face at the moment. You need to find the courage. And it starts with this new moon in the 11th house, which is finding people that could support this authentic version of yourself, where you feel like you don't have to change, you don't have to, let's say, be careful about the things you say. You can feel really supported by this community. There could also be a new work chapter that requires you to think outside the box, use social media, online platforms, all of that stuff is the 11th house. And for sure, there's going to be tests by Saturn because it's opposing this new moon. So you'll have to work extra hard, be disciplined. Let's say continue, even though sometimes you want to abandon the project. But there's a really, really good chance that it's going to pay off in the future. Jupiter is there in your 8th house of receiving financial abundance, and Jupiter is a planet of abundance. And also, aside from financial abundance, there is also a big chance that this chapter will usher a spiritual transformation with Jupiter in the 8th house, will allow you to step to the next level of your spiritual evolution. So this is very important, and this new moon sets the stage for the eclipse that we're going to have 2 weeks later in the opposing house, the 5th house. So on September 17, we have the main event of the month of September, which is the eclipse in the sign of Pisces, and that's activating your 5th house. And very important because it's going to be the first time that your axis of the 5th house and the 11th house get activated with eclipses, and eclipses bring destined change. So those eclipses are going to activate those houses for 2 years. So we start this big series of eclipses and transformation in your 5th and 11th house axis with first, let's let go of what no longer aligns before we can step into newness. So this first eclipse in Pisces is asking us to let go of a lot of things. First of all, there could be an ending or a culmination of a creative project. For some, it can mean the end of a romantic connection, the 5th house. It could be also a romantic connection facing difficulties, needing to do some shadow work, some therapy, because it's also pointing to Jupiter in the 8th house, which deals with therapy or with getting some help, outside help, working on ourselves, doing a lot of self-growth and seeing things from a higher perspective with that Jupiter. Also, you could be feeling very creative, very dreamy and inspired, but you need to feel the harsh reality at the same time. And that's kind of the dichotomy that we have between someone's ringing on my door, but I
can do the cards while you do that.
Sorry about that. So yes, that's the dichotomy that we have between Saturn and Neptune. So Neptune is, especially in the 5th house, it's super creative, super inspired, very dreamy, channeling right from the source, creative ideas, feeling very inspired to create. But then again, we have Saturn bringing some, let's say, insecurities about, am I good enough to be creating something? And or the other way that this could play out is that bringing like the harsh reality that, oh yeah, but it's not gonna work, this project's not gonna work, this idea is not gonna work, I'm not good enough. So there's like this tug of war between creativity but also needing to be realistic at the same time with that Saturn. Also for Scorpios, it could be letting go of a certain situation regarding children, because the 5th house rules children. There's some grieving of something of a creative nature or regarding children or regarding hobbies, vacation, that is probably going on at the moment of this eclipse. And the other theme that is very important for Scorpios is that it's hitting the T-square, that is, so the 5th house, the 11th house, and the 8th house is all hitting financial houses. So for Scorpios, for everybody, it's meaning decisions for this eclipse, but for Scorpios, it's meaning probably decisions in regards to finances, or meaning that finances are going to be an important factor to take into consideration while making decisions, because Jupiter wants freedom, wants expansion, wants, let's say, to make things better in the future, to gain consciousness, but it's in the 8th house also, and you have to take into consideration really material factor, really concrete things. Also, the other thing is that I feel like a lot of Scorpios are going to let go of past limiting beliefs regarding how you can shine and how you should shine for who you are because of that 5th house. So maybe there's a slight part of you who's scared of showing who you truly are at your core, because maybe you were showing off like a certain facets of your personality to others in order to feel more accepted socially. And then like the universe is pushing you to step more into your individuality, into who you are. And And now you don't have to say sorry for who you are, for shining your light. And if people feel bad for you being in your king, queen persona, well, that's on them, because you're going to have the North Node move into your 5th house. That's a really beautiful energy for the next 2 years until mid 2026. For a year and a half specifically. But this eclipse starts this whole process of you stepping into your personal power, into shining your light, and being even more creative in a really big way. So not gonna lie, it's a tense period because this eclipse is making a really tense aspect, which is a T-square. But the point of it is Jupiter, which is the benefactor in astrology. So I think it's going to be more positive than a regular T-square for sure. And the good thing is also for Scorpios, it could open up receiving financial blessings with that Jupiter. So let's look with the cards what we could expect for Scorpios.
Higher consciousness is the card that comes up for you guys. And we're going to take more cards to see what it's truly about. So let's check what we have for Scorpios, please, for the month of September. We have the first card that is 9 of Cups. We have 4 of Cups, and the final card is the Knight of Swords. So let me show you everything that I'm getting before I tell you what I see with this. The 9 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. And the last card is the Knight of Swords. So I'm really sensing that you will have to connect with your higher self first for this. Why? It's because you need to go with your wants. You need to go with what you dream about. But yes, some of it can be a missed opportunity. Some of it can be not accessible. What you think is that it could be not accessible or off limit because of people thinking you have limits. So you want to make sure that in this month, you are really going through your channeling, speaking to your higher self, really understanding that your soul is without any limits, without any concern for what you are achieving or not achieving. Release the pressure, release the limits, and really step into what you want and go for it. Otherwise, it's your ego right now, and others, for certain of you, is going to be others and not your own ego, that are going to try to block you and make you miss opportunities. So in the month of September, don't listen to limitation. Really go for what you want and aim for. We have the Knight of Swords. So quick change are happening in this month. And as you can see with the wind on those trees behind, we can see that it's going to be a movement, a lot of movement during this month. It's going to be fast movement. And we want to use this to go even further in what we are supposed to do here, our mission, or simply what we are hoping to achieve here in this incarnation. I'm seeing that you are going to be receiving what is needed for you this month to achieve your dreams. And let's take one more card on this topic. It says 6 of Pentacles. So that could be through somebody lending you the money or a bank giving you a loan. It could also be that you are removing some funds or some, it doesn't have to be money necessarily, it could be energy, could be focus, it could be help. That resources, whatever it is, you could be removing it from one place to really put this resource into what you are trying to do for this month. So you're going to review where is your resources going, and you're going to point it to the right direction. Fast movement, because it is aligned with your higher consciousness.
Wow, that's beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Sophie. And I feel like it's so in line with that Jupiter in the 8th house, which leads to a beautiful spiritual path through, like, of course, scorpionic experiences, because we cannot avoid them, the ups and downs, but also Scorpios, I feel like you have all the keys to getting the best out of Jupiter in that scorpionic house, so the blessings after the hardships and the challenge. So thank you so much, Sophie, for that. And of course, that's a general reading. And if you'd like to book your one-on-one consultation with Sophie, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com. Don't forget to enter Jupiter as your discount code to get 10% off your next reading. And you'll have the choice between the 1-hour tarot reading and the 1-hour past lives reading, depending on what you want to work with, and especially in regards to that eclipse, because I feel like the 8th house is also getting help, also getting counseling, getting advice from, and also the ancient arts, Astrology Tarot are in the 8th house. So I feel like it's one of the way you can really get the best out of this eclipse. And also let us know in the comments if you did enjoy this new format for the Astro predictions for the month of September. Thank you so much, Sophie. Make sure you give us a like if you enjoy this content, and also make sure you are subscribed to the channel.
And to the community, don't forget this amazing community where you can also, when it's your month of celebration of your birthday and solar return, you can win a giveaway. So really participate in those giveaway and really participate in this community. We are really high vibrational in this wonderful community.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sophie, for adding this. And thank you, Scorpios. We wish you the best September ever. And we are sending you so much love. See you very soon.